For now, we're learning a piece of software. But for game design, I'll give you more tips and even take you through the process of being able to create your own system, your own backend to your game mechanics that will keep track of everything that's happening, including the money that the user has that can be then transferred to Robux. Depending on, you gotta be careful with that. I don't want to give free money away. We want to make it challenging for one, and then for the second case, you want to make it profitable for you backwards. So consider that. All right, I'm just going to continue. Marketplace, search the marketplace, step. Okay, cool. So let's say a car. Typical case scenario. So here we are. I like to use again the middle mouse wheel most of the time. Holding or pressing it down makes me do this sort of dragging process. Letting it go stops the dragging process. And using the wheel lets me go in, using the wheel back takes me back out. So it's great to use to kind of shift around. It's almost like you're looking at a chessboard, you're moving around the board trying to figure out what you want to do. So let's insert a car. I'm going to click, drag, and drop. That's it. There, this model is now here. We're going to probably do a little bit more depending on how long we go through with this tutorial. I've never taken this tutorial. We're on the same page right now. Click on the car's tile to insert it into your place. Okay, great. Oh, okay, I guess click or drag and drop. I did the drag and drop. Insert a wedge. Parts, important. So here's all the technical parts that you would use in a 3D system. Cancel, please. Oh, I gotta do. Blocks, spheres, wedges, corner wedge, and cylinders. With these shapes you can make a car. With these shapes you can create lampposts and buildings and whatever kind of shape. These will be your or geometric basic shapes, which in general can create every other shape. That's the beauty of Roblox that I actually appreciate. Some people really want to make this sort of weird formed, molded 3D sample of something, a realistic looking face that has skin texture when gravity happens. That's going to take a bit more oomph. Probably something like Unreal Engine. But when it comes to just creating a game, it can be realistic, though the physics will be difficult if you wanted to portray something as detailed as, um, hair flowing in the wind. But it would be much more difficult to portray that. But the actual textures, the details can be much more realistic if you spend more time on the graphics. But the graphics and the code are two different pieces. We're really doing graphics at the moment. There are ways, however, we can attach code to those graphics, which we'll see in a little bit. All right. So I'm going to, I guess, insert a wedge. These are important shapes we basically create. Click it here. Great. Sometimes it does weird inserts. It'll insert it somewhere underneath the road. Parts, move, select. I'm just going to do it again. There. Move. There we go. So these are the typical tools. You have shortcuts as well. You can use control, I think was Q? No, 1. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 for the arrow, 2 move, scale that. So I like to use those just to kind of make things simpler for me. So if I wanted to carry like what, a ramp? Oh no, we're gonna drive over a ramp? That sounds cool. Alright, select the move tool, click, drag blue, red handles, etc. Okay, I did the wrong thing. I'm doing move. I moved it. Are you happy? You happy? You're not happy. Click, drag blue. Gosh. See, this is why you gotta follow your tests, kids. Always read the details. Red, blue handles. Do I have to pull one on each? Is that it? Is that what you want? Here, just take me. Take me. Skip. Okay, no. Alright, good. Select rotate tool. Great. Yep. Rotate. And rotate. And rotate. Oh, so while we're here, I guess I'll introduce you to some a little bit advanced mechanics. The measurement system is based on a 360 degree. So if you're into trig, you'll know this, that a circle is 360 degrees. Half a circle, you better be thinking 180 degrees. With that in mind, this particular value can be changed. Right now it's kind of moving by 45 degrees. If you split that, these checkpoints are 45 to 45, 90, 45, 135, 45, 180, 45 to 25, whatever. But the idea is that you're moving by 45 degrees. There is a value you can change. Where was it is the question. Let's see, model, right here. There it is. There's that 45 that I was just telling you about. You can change this to basically change the rotation to be much more minuscule, smaller. There it is. You see that? You see that? All right. I don't have to use words to explain, but now we can rotate it much more detailed by 10 degrees instead of by 45, giving us much more kind of flow in the animation, especially sometimes you want to do that for movement of objects if you're animating them. Have a little bit more. The more you do though, the smoother the FPS will be, but it's going to take a lot of memory. It's going to take a lot of memory for you to actually process this. So if you're trying to keep your games light and you have a bunch of spinning objects in the world, you're going to lag somebody out. They're going to disconnect and it's not going to be funny for some. So that's the case for this. Skip it. All right, great. Scale, we get the idea. Skip it. Now you can move it. I already did that. Out of order, colors. We can change the color, guys. I think you know this already. I think you've played enough with this. If you've played with the Roblox Studio, if you've opened it and kind of explored, these are the kind of basic pieces. Color changing, anchoring. Anchoring important. Actually, if you create a world and you did a whole huge set, big old nice flat rectangle, huge space, you know, and then all of a sudden you press play, you forgot to anchor it, the whole thing's falling forever. Well, not forever. There's like a level where the objects get destroyed at the bottom of the world. I think it's like 1,000 or 5,000 or 10,000. What is it? What they use? Studs down. But eventually it disintegrates. It has to be so it removes that the 3D model from memory so you can potentially use that for more parts. This is actually why when you create a game, you don't want to make just one long game. If you've done that, good, it works, it's great. You want to make sections of the game that you teleport from one to the other. But that teleportation, all it is you load the world, you teleport the user in, they play in there, the arena, and then they solve the puzzle or they beat the boss or they do the thing, they win the race, and then they get teleported to another level. Maybe they walk through a door. Here's another room. That's kind of annoying to do, so I wouldn't do it at the room level. I do it at the game level. You can have an obby over here, you can have a zombie shooter over here, you can have a whole server full of different games. So considering that moment, you just have to load the particular world from the server memory. And then you're able to basically customize the game at that moment to whichever world exists.